Whew. Well, here we go. Well, today I shall tell you a story about how to get rich versus the bullshit of things. Now, if you ain't noticed, everything's fucking sponsored by something. This video ain't gonna be sponsored by nothing, believe it or not. I do have a cold, so bear with me, and I make my own dip. That can ain't really what's in there. So today is going to be how to get rich off of things that I could have gotten rich off, but I never took the opportunity to get rich off of. And it'll sound like a bunch of nonsense and all, but you got to think, my loss is your gain, your loss is my gain. Say, for example, I live in a rural area where I do not have internet. I have to upload this someplace somehow. Now, when I used to have the internet, I could not think of things that I could get achieved because I was too busy playing with fucking videos and inaccurate bullshit like some of the other people upload. Where they're like, make $1 million, blah, 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 and they never get to the fucking point of how they did it, right? This ain't gonna be like that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go with it, homie. All right, my loss is your gain, so here we go. I once had a plan to order a bunch of rings, cheap rings, stainless steel, off of eBay for about, I wouldn't go more than 99 cents. I'd get them off a bid. I knew that currently in my area, all females wore a ring size of 6 US or higher. Most common was 6, 7.5, which I couldn't get access to, but I could get 7 and 8 and 9. So I'd buy a bunch of them, get random, make sure they're good, bring them in, let 2 or 3 females look at them that's in the area, get them to buy them if you don't know them. If they don't want to buy them, then don't go with it. Scrap it, sell them for more than what you have in them. Sell those 25 cents for about $2. Now, people think they're getting a hell of a fucking deal. Now, that was before the bullshit came in with the company with the fake jewelry selling shit for $5. I won't name the name, but this will still outperform them. Now, what you got to do is you got to get a lot of rings. Now, what I mean by that is you need a business partner. Now, this is how my setup was originally going to go. I would go in my trunk, and I would put a bunch of those rings there. Now, what I would do is I'd need somebody to resupply me because my idea was to hit the entire state that I live in selling rings. I would go to every Facebook group and I would let them know that I was coming through selling rings. Now, I wouldn't focus my full attention on it. Now, what I would do was I would sit there and sell off the side of the road, and I'd always never allow it to go past what I had in on the downwards end. Of course, like 25 cents is what I mostly aim for. Now, I'd have a backlog of every one of those rings, and I'd categorize it. Now, if I went near 99 cents, I'd pretend to my own self that I bought it for 5. And what would I sell for 5? If I pretend if it was worth $5 and I'm wanting to move it for 10. Now, I have moved rings that were 25 cents for $40 because of the quality, how they look, and the presentation. Now, I was doing so wealthy at one time. This is not some bullshit to drag you in. I did operate under this, and when I got married, things had changed because I needed a business partner and stuff, so we didn't do any of it. Now, do I regret it? No. Not for this, because it become where it was very aggravating, see, because I'd have to leave during the middle of something. I'm talking about very consecutively leave and go get basically free $25. Now, it sounds like it's all great and all, but there's a problem. If I was doing anything, I'd have to go do it. See, I'm having to leave. I'm not working, but I'm still having to leave and go cater unto others. But if I was out on the road and I was making these sales, it's not guaranteed, so I'd have to sell off whatever I had. There was one problem I ran into, and I'll touch on that right now because of my attention deficit disorder. The problem would be if you're left over with crappy jewelry that you bought during the testing phase, sell it as bulk, pretend it's a bulk package of random stuff that you bought, don't explain it, put it on Facebook, and you say that it is an estate buy. You can make up whatever bullshit you want on it. All right, continuing. So the plan of action was this. You put them in your trunk and you drive down through the state. You want to go through like a long highway that's pretty straight through the state. When you come back, you want to hit all the side areas. Now, it would take a long time, of course, and you're carrying a lot of fake jewelry, which means if you make sales, you're going to be making a lot of money. You need 2 runners. This is what I'm getting to. You need somebody to bring you more of the rings and order more of the rings, and you need somebody to come get your cash, and you need somebody to bring it back. You can put it in a bank and send it down, but here's the thing, you still got to have some on you. So you can bring it back, secure it if you're a local bank, if you can't transfer it, because you'll get killed transferring that much money. If you have about 100 grand in small bills that's going to be everywhere. The more stuff that you have going different directions, the more dangerous it is for you to get, I ain't going to do it on YouTube, but killed, you know? And you don't want to take that chance. Money ain't worth it. If money was worth it to me that much, I'd deal drugs and make drugs. I'm not into any of that. Now, however, continuing on, this is a real hustle and it can still be done. Like I said, the cheapest you can pay for the rings, the best quality. You want that quality to be literally something that somebody would wear as a wedding band. Now, this is where it gets good. Tungsten steel. Titanium alloy. You want tungsten or titanium. I don't care for stainless steel. Stainless steel is good too. But you don't want to go gold and silver. Gold and silver will make you go broke before anything. I have tried selling the real deal. I paid back in the day like $30-something for some silver, and I ended up selling them for $20. It does not maintain its value. If you are a prepper, listen to me right now. Do not invest in gold and silver. I'll touch on this later, but just know this. If you're going to invest in lead. Lead is running out. We are running out of lead. Tire weight's not made out of lead. Zinc is what's going around now. Recover your bullets. Recover brass. Save on the brass. Save on the copper. Quit bringing that shit to the scrapyard. Stop that. That's poor habits that need to be dealt with. I am technically what you would call poor, but my mind grants me the power under certain circumstances to pretty much be poor, but if I was in certain other circumstances that were different, I'd be very wealthy. So what I'm doing is let me spit. I am basically passing the knowledge on. It's not because I'm ill or nothing like that. I just figured that the universe wanted to help me at the time, and I figured if I ain't use it, then I'm going to pass it on, because whatever else is in store for me is still headed my way, and I know it's coming. I'm already seeing good things off of it, but if it don't hurt my cash flow, and ain't nobody else out there doing it, I'm going ahead and telling y'all to do it. I'm sick of motherfuckers being greedy, making videos that are stupid. Look how I'm dressed. Does it look like I'm about to profit off this video? No. I'm blessed more through life's blessings more than money. Money, I want to touch on another thing. Money, some of you probably know me from the spiritual chats and stuff I used to do back in the day. Everybody has it wrong. Like when you listen to the thing, it's like, I am money, I am wealth. No, you're not money, you're not wealth. What it is money leads to things that you want. If I wanted some center punches, I need money to achieve this, but I can trade this to get this, and I may need this more than this, you see? But it's all about what's in demand. Like if this is more important at the time than this will go for this, and you'll be shit out of luck on this. Side note, best gun cleaning lube in the world is olive oil. Don't let anybody else tell you. They'll be like, oh, if you get it on a stock, it'll ruin it. Shut up. Linseed oil is what you put on a wood stock. Shut the fuck up. I am telling you, you can clean the fucking rust off without electrolysis with olive oil. It's one of the best damn lubes in the world. It's been around for eons. Continuing on. All right, one other thing. This make a hell of a product. If you wanted to sell some damn gun cleaning oil that was bio-friendly, economically friendly, everything friendly, I'm sorry. $1 bottle of olive oil, put it in a custom bottle, put you on an Etsy store, homie. I'm talking, you're going to make some money. They may not know what's in it. I'll go ahead and I'll tell you a recipe. Without ATF, without oil, without synthetic oil, not alcohol, tobacco, firearms, or group, but I'm talking about automatic transmission fluid. Olive oil. Use olive oil, and you can use petroleum. I know a lot of you are like, oh God, not petroleum, shut up. Tattoos, they tell you not to use petroleum jelly on tattoos. Guess what the main ingredient is on all things they sell you, dumbass? Petroleum. White petroleum's and everything. You use petroleum jelly to thicken that up. Or you can use coconut oil. Coconut oil melts down. There's a certain lubricant that goes on as a solid that they said the Navy SEALs use. It's green. It's coconut oil. It is some other things. But to top that, what I usually do is a little bit of beeswax and a perfected mixture. I'm not giving out my perfected mixture because I honestly don't know. I mix until it goes in my guns well and works. Olive oil, coconut oil, and I solidify it with pure beeswax. And I mix it in so the beeswax is hard, and I can pull my finger just enough to pops loose. I don't want to see it grip hard. I want to see it and just flake up. And then when I do that, warm up my hand and I just apply it. So when it starts firing, because I live in the South, if you live in the North, do not do this. It will bind up your gun. They don't talk about any of those freaking lubes on that. But another thing is slick up your gun. Put you in some rough stuff and make it look ugly. a little bit, and grind it. Wear it in if it's a 1911. Without further ado, you can make a thing called break-in powder. Break-in powder would be this, sodium bicarbonate. Warned that it's an abrasive and it's meant to break in, and you could say it's a break-in in 1911 on how much it needs to be fired for it to be broken. It will make the action work better because it loosens the tolerances. Continuing. Car flipping. Now, if you're great at cars, go to the South. The South does not have rust on their vehicles like the North. They do not salt things. Get you the cars, repair them. Make sure you get a trailer. Trailer's going to be number one priority. Get you a truck. You can't go wrong with that. I know a lot of things you start off with. You get certain things and you have no return. If you fuck up, you're screwed. Now, you'd have a bunch of other things to do if this don't work out for you. You could haul stuff for people. You could hot shot stuff for people. That's where you take in money and say, now you'll need a license sometimes, depending on the weight. Now, I need something really big, drove really quick down to Florida. All right, well, I'll pay you to bring it really fast. Fuck the post office. Fuck the 18-wheelers. I need you to bring it. You only. All right, you can do that. You can bring stuff to people. You can make ads. You can do tree hauling services. You can do live tree transplant doing that. Just bring it back to the damn trailer up, put a winch facing that way to pull it up and one to pull it off, and a damn slash block, and get the turn that son bitch. Or with electronic, hook it here and there and pull it into the hole, rig it up. Telling you, it's endless. A truck and a trailer. No, it's a lot. Like, can I afford a truck and a trailer? Universally true speaking, no. Now, is it in the cards for me too? Right now, currently, no, or else I'd be very wealthy. But see, that's why I'm sharing the knowledge with you. I live in a rural area. I don't make much money. There's not very many jobs. I am very poor. However, I'm happy, I guess would be the word. I'm happy, but I like, to me, money is not like I need it, bro. It's a game. It's like hunting. It's like playing video games. I like to do it because it pacifies my need for whatever it's not met. I don't know what my need is. But it's like, it's a thing of ADHD, I'm sure. I fidget a lot. I literally make my own dip so I don't have to spend money on dip. Now, that is because also the dip at stores tears your teeth up and your mouth up really bad. So what I make is a version of snooze. I won't give out how to make the snooze, though. It's not because it's my way of doing things. I learned it from somebody else, and if it's passed to me from somebody else, I don't give it out. Oh, let's see. What else can I do? What else am I capable of? Ancient mummification. I know, right? All right, so this one's going to piss a lot of people off. What if I told you there's a way to preserve something with the bone in? And when I say this, I mean a rabbit's foot, a deer leg. It doesn't matter. The sky's the limit, okay? The sky's the limit on this. This is ancient knowledge. Now, most taxidermists go around and around this, and they take it out and they pull all the way down to the skin. They remove the tendons, they remove everything, they remove the bone, put a wire in. You do not need that. All right, let's go to the basics of taxidermy and redneck taxidermy, not even borax. We're going with salt. You fill up a container full of salt, and you need to rotate this every time. It could be a full-blown leg, cut clean off, all right? You rotate it. You want to treat it like a sandstorm is inside of that, and a sandstorm is going inside of that bone, and it is drying everything up. Shake it, roll it. Every day, just do this and do this and do this. The final test, when you want to know that your stuff is done, you want to take it and let a dog smell it. Now, the reason for a dog smelling something is because if it has anything left in it that smells rotten, incorrect, or if it's not preserved, that dog will try to chew it. If the dog smells it and shows no reaction, you've done right. That's the test I do. I've been able to turn out rabbit's feet, entire bird wings, deer's legs. Whatever you put the shape in, make sure to bind it up or whatever it's going to be in, because it's going to come out like that. And do not make it where it cannot breathe. You need that sandstorm to go inside of it and dismember and just dry everything. And you will get full-blown preserved stuff. I'm talking about tendons, bone, meat. It doesn't matter. It'll wither if there's a lot of meat on it, but not bad. I've done it with rabbit's feet instead of using wire. You can do an entire body if you split it down the middle and open the rib cage and pack it full of salt. And other things, you want to grind up a bunch of cloves and put it inside of it. Sometimes sugar. Sugar if you're going to tap the body cavity out. Now, the reason why the ancient Egyptians wrapped it, of course, is so that when it would breathe, it would absorb the fluid into it. Now, whenever we dug them up, of course, to make it make sense, in my opinion, it would be because it's already dry, including the salt is dry where it's sucked in the fluid. And we wouldn't be able to find it because therefore they would just leave traces. And who's to say that they didn't already dig them up and shake it out, the cavity? I don't know, but I know it works. Now, I haven't tried it on a human, of course. This is deer. I haven't sold a full deer thing. See, I cannot sell taxidermy in my state. It's illegal. I cannot sell taxidermy art in my state. It's illegal. I am not a licensed taxidermist. However, I've helped taxidermists. I will show you something cool. Pass down a little bit of knowledge. This is made from 100% natural stuff. Now, will you severely injure yourself if you're not wearing gloves with this? Yes, this is full-blown thorns. This has all been spun by hand. There's holes going through its nose, drilled. The only thing that I used on this was a drill to make holes. A hole here, a hole there. All right, see, it runs in and out, and sticks are bent and plugged into the holes to hold this in place. See, I can rotate this. Doesn't matter, it's not coming loose. See the pegs where the bit? It's Yopon. Yopon's what this is made out of, along with Smilax vines, the spiky type. Now, this would sell. It makes a great horror film prop, but can't sell it, not in the state, even though it's a piece of art. I'd buy it myself. This wood is actually full-blown preserved, too. The way that you can do wood, believe it or not, is in your house. You don't have to stimple it. You want to hang it vertical. And somewhere where the AC is not always on in the south. And you want to keep it where you're not carving it or anything for a long time. Or else it'll split, of course. Now, another thing that if archery is a big thing in your area, this is one of my losses, one of your games. These arrowheads are some of the best I've ever seen. They're clone of Muzzy arrowheads, basically. I guess. I don't know. But they are CNC machined. They were less than 20 bucks. They come in bags now, so you'll have to custom package them. But they are razor sharp. I do hunt archery. And they are very nice. Now, I'm used to paying something like $76 to $100 for these. But these, which are look-alike, kind of like clones, but they're not clones. They're not knockoffs. They are $20 for those. Buy off eBay, mark it up. If you're going to sell at a, if you're going to sell at a gun show, knives are the way to go. And arrowheads and arrows. Walmart sells arrows for like $5 a piece. You take them, you bring them down there, you get your cheap little bows, make sure the length matches the bow, or make you some bows from PVC and sell your own version of a fishing bow thing. Use a heat gun, make it where it goes like this, of course, like a recurve, and then when you pull it, and my God, just buy a cheap adapter for it. Yes. Or sell it with a fishing arrow. Anyways, you can turn that there several bucks into 40 if you get you a bottle, take the name off the bottle, put you a string inside of it. You look great. I got to make one of those anyways because all my compounds over here, they're a little too strong to hunt fish, And I don't feel like paying my ass off for a bottle, not this bottle, of course, lawsuit, to fit onto it. Just to fire a string out. It's going to blow the whole bottle to pieces. Fucking 70 pounds raw bag. It's not good. It's not going to be good. Continuing on. Learn to throw axes. Once you get it down pat, teach others to. I can do it in this area, but no one wants to learn. Reprogram key fobs for cards. It is very simple. You just turn it a few times on some models, and literally it auto reprograms itself. There is so much little stuff that is out there that you can make money off of that for some reason everybody don't want to talk about, and pressure washing is not one of them. Saturated market. If I was going to clean any damn thing, it'd be garbage cans. But no one wants to pay that. Another thing is, if you want to find money, you don't have to have a metal detector. What you want to do is clean grout. The gap in between sidewalks if you live in a city. Burr that up. Get you a vacuum cleaner and suck it up. When you get home, get you a gold solution pan. Gloves, of course, because of bad stuff on the sidewalks nowadays. Pan through it. See what comes out. Or build your grid system. You know, the little thing that flows wherever the gold states are. It goes through. I don't know what it is. It's a gold panning thing. And if it's automatic, basically, what do you got to lose? I mean, you're running nasty mud through it once again, you know, and it's just a piece of brain gutter. Yeah, you're gonna fucking find something eventually if you live in a big city. Vacuum that shit up. Another thing you can make money off of course, is reselling skulls. Now, you'd want to take as many skulls as you could to another state before trying this. And you'd want to have at least like a cereal or something like that on them so they couldn't pull some bullshit on you. Learn how to make sinew bowstrings is another thing. There's a lot of small stuff to make money, and everybody's rushing to press t-shirts, mugs, and all. There's only so many motherfuckers to buy so many mugs that are even interested in buying mugs, and this is not a diss. It's just reality here. You can make knives. Making knives costs more money, I'd say, than the rest of it because of the setup and all. Then you got to get it right. But some people pay high. There's a high return, even if you sell one. Of course, you got gunsmithing and all, too, but you got to be licensed for that. Let me think. Now, if I was a welder, what I would do, I'd honestly go around and weld for people. And I'd pay them I would get paid by the hour on what to do. And then if so, I'd pay by the project. I'd let me know what the project was. Let me see it the first day, then weld it. The pool business is dying because of the cost of chlorine. That is a no-go for me. Now, what I would personally do, honestly, is go around and only do this. Conversions to saltwater. Conversions to the saltwater cleaning. Saltwater filtration. Now, you have to understand me. I am on some medication, and I'm adjusting to it, so I get a little goofy-headed every now and then. But yeah, swapping them over to salt as the filter. To install that would be better than fucking with the rest of it. And you don't have to be like, well, I'm with these people. Just be like, live a better life, unattended by the use of the annoyance of chlorine. I don't know. You can be creative. Like this would be one. Set your mind at ease instead of having to use chlorine at $100 a tab. No, that is not for you. You want to only pay us several hundred at one time just to come and alleviate that for you. Do you have a fear of having to fill in your pool? No. Or yes. Well, you can use us instead and eliminate that fear. Or you could do the exact opposite. Go cost fear and be like, do you want to fill in your pool? And then you fill in the pool. Have to look up how it's done per your state. And that you would outsource. You would get somebody to bring in the dirt and the labor. Or you could just dump the dirt in it and do it. Or go rent your Bobcat and just tear it up and throw it out the old shell. And then rent the dirt truck to come in and pour it in and smooth it out. And you've done made several grand off that. Other than minusing out, of course, what's for the dirt. Another easy way to make money is see if you can manage a gun range for somebody. Pick up the brass. Make sure it's free. You don't want to have to work there because then you're bound by them paying you and their rules. You want to volunteer. And you want to make sure that you can get the brass. Tell them the only way you're volunteers, you collect brass. Or if they're willing to, and if you get the certification, if you need it, or if you don't, then you don't need it. Just wear a mask, recollect the bullets, fix the berm. Now remember, berms have specialty dirt on them. They have to go back perfect in the dirt, pack it down. Then melt down the lead. But whenever you do, make sure you cut the bullet. The projectile, technically. If you cut it, that way the lead can come out when you heat it. If you don't, it's going to blow up in your lead pot. Because it's covered in the copper. And if it builds up a lot of pressure, which I don't know if it's capable of, it technically expansion would blow up. And you don't want that popping hot lead all over your skin. There's a lot of other simple ways to make money. And I'll tell you one in the South that's not really worth it's a sawmill. I would never invest in that. Now, reclaim boards and reselling them, like going getting boards and taking the nails out and reselling them off of old tore down areas. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Pretty them up a little bit, resell them. Just knock off a little bit of the price, not a whole lot. Other ways of making money. Do hood nails. You're probably like, what the hell is hood nails? Hood nails is when you do it under the radar. I went to school to become a licensed dental assistant. I never made a buck. I never was hired. And I actually knew what I was doing, even though I dip. But that's long gone. Now, I'll tell you what's an illegal idea. Hood dentistry. Now, I ain't saying you pull teeth or anything, but I'm saying teeth cleaning, and make sure you actually at least go to school to learn it for dental hygienists. But you wouldn't want to keep your certs on file. And you would want to keep it to people you knew only. Mask up. Avoid medical malpractice. Because you wouldn't want it to be medical. You want to treat it as a therapeutic type, witch doctor type thing. Like the nail thing, you ain't a nail tech. You understand? You are a voodoo doctor of nail cleansing. There's legal ways around everything. I just ain't going to go do it. Let me think, what else? You can sell hair tonic and all. Right now, the natural market is saturated with bullshit. Even at Walmart. Now, go ahead and I'll tell you two things. There ain't nothing natural damn near on this earth anymore. And I'll tell you, hell of a side hustle is going to turn some cheeks and some eyebrows down at me. Go get you a banana from Walmart. Take the sticker off. Break the stem. Sell that banana as natural. Now, I'm probably going to say this. It's probably never even been natural, even before it's marketed as natural, even if it is marketed as natural, because it's not. You do that, and that cheap banana then becomes a $3 banana. I'm just saying. And I used to be into eating only natural stuff until I found out the truth of things. That banana already was a $3 banana. I'm just going to say that. But not from a natural standpoint, from a chemical processing standpoint. I want to make some more money. Heirloom seeds, man. Save every seed you have. Sell this heirloom. Especially if you have heirloom, sell this heirloom. I'm not saying sell the hybrid seeds. You cannot sell hybrid seeds. Kinda. Now, the reason you can't sell hybrid seeds is because what really happens is people actually have patents on seeds, okay? So you would have to invent your own fucking seeds. Literally. I cannot make this shit up. They have a way to even backtrace seeds. It's bullshit. So if you make the bush and sell it, technically, I wouldn't care. That's what I'd say. I wouldn't give a fuck. I would just plant it or sell the seeds there. How do you like that? You never get rich being an honest person. You never do. And that's why you're still watching fucking YouTube videos and people saying, well, you know what? This is how to get rich. And they never get to a fucking point. They're at the end of it. They're like, buy my fucking course. And they're fucking renting a Lamborghini from Florida for $259 a fucking day. That's it. And they don't let you see the fucking tag because it says it's rented. Huh. Meanwhile, they walk around with the whole fake shit shebang because people think they're fucking rich. They treat them like they're rich. If you treat it like you're rich, you kind of become rich. That's the fucked up thing through like handouts and shit. Oh, I'm sorry, master. You didn't have the money to get this motherfucker. I'll let you in free. Sorry, I've